Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love reading for April 2020. This is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and yes, of course, Venus. I know a lot of you like to check out your Venus sign to look at love because Venus rules love. If you don't know what your Venus sign is and you're curious, I will talk about that a little bit at the end. But we're going to see what is going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of April 2020 in the areas of love and romance. I feel like it needs one more good shuffle here. Alrighty, my dears. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So for the first card, my darlings, we have the Hermit. So Aquarius, a lot of you, now this is really interesting because, you know, Hermit can indicate a Virgo, right? So some of you may have something going on with a Virgo, but you know, this is a major arcana card. So you've heard me say in my readings that when the major arcana cards come up, this has to do with something very significant, okay? So we're talking significant awakening, significant soulmate, significant crossroads. You know, when we see, or when I read in my readings, when I see major arcana, like it's a very significant turning point. And Hermit can indicate sometimes that somebody's taken a little bit of a time out. So some of you may be in this energy where you're like, you know what, like because of everything that's going on in the world right now, you know, maybe you're wanting to play it extra safe, super safe, and maybe you're spending a lot of time alone. Even those of you that you're in a relationship, maybe you're kind of even refraining from like physical contact right now, or you just might be in this energy where you're feeling really philosophical, because when I turned over the card and I put it up here against the little board, I heard philosophical. That's the first thing that I heard. So a lot of you might really be, you know, because of what's going on, you're really thinking about philosophical things, and some of you may be feeling a certain level or degree of existentialism. And so I want to say, don't be discouraged, don't be sad, don't allow this to take you into lower vibrational thinking. But a lot of you are really, really, really feeling like you're wanting to reinvent yourself. You're wanting to reinvent yourself from the inside out. A lot of you are feeling, those of you Aquarius, that you've always been kind of spiritual. And, you know, I know a lot of Aquarius, sometimes you guys are like stereotyped as being like really into crystals and stuff. And, you know, stereotypes are stereotypes. Not every Aquarius is that way. But some of you might be into the crystals or spirituality and meditation, and you've always maybe been drawn towards those things. And I feel like you're feeling like it's very important for you to have a partner who sees these things and who realizes these things. And you're not just looking at your love life, you're looking at your whole life, your life as a whole, where you're wanting to be more aligned with your spiritual beliefs. You might be feeling like a lot of your circumstances or a lot of the things that are around you are more superficial. Like, you know, that perfect little package that maybe people put on social media. And not, I don't mean that in a way that like you're not a sincere person, but you just might be looking like, man, I want more depth in my life. I want more depth in my spirituality. I want more depth in my relationships. I want to be with someone who understands the deeper things. You might be feeling like you're in a relationship with someone that you might feeling like, you know, they may show themselves to be very intellectual or compassionate or spiritual, but you might be looking over at them and thinking, you know what, a lot of this is just kind of like like an aesthetic, like a front. So I just feel with this card, Aquarius, a lot of you were just wanting more depth, more connection, more substance. And your first step towards establishing this is you're going within. Like you're starting with yourself, you're working on yourself. So you may be finding a desire to spend a lot of time by yourself or spend a lot of time alone. With Aries, I got a feeling that a lot of them were letter writing. I get a feeling of writing from you guys as well, Aquarius, but I feel like you guys are doing more journal work. Like you're doing more journaling, writing out your feelings. Some of you are getting very poetic. I just feel, Aquarius, like a lot of you are feeling This is kind of a weird message, but I feel like I have to say it because I'm hearing it. And I'm not really sure what to make of it, but it means something to somebody out there. I always find I see it happen in the comments all the time. I'm like, I don't know why they're telling me this, but they're telling me this. And somebody's like, oh my God, that's for me, that's for me. But what I'm getting, Aquarius, is some of you feel like, you know, you've kind of been blessed in your love life because you're cute and you know that you're cute. And like you've attracted certain attention, certain people, certain opportunities. Some of you may even have received some kind of sponsorship. Like if you are on social media, you know, maybe you're somebody with a huge, massive Instagram following, or maybe you're like another tarot reader or something online, and maybe you've received a lot of, like, you know, offers to promote certain goods or services and things, and a lot of it is because you know that you're cute. You're like, yeah, I'm cute, people like looking at me, I have a really cool, like, you know, vibe about me, really cool image. And some of you are feeling like you took it for granted or you didn't use it. This is what I heard. I heard, when all this is over, I want to use my my looks for good. That's what I heard. Like you want to use it for good. That's not to say you haven't been using it for good, but maybe you're seeing ways in which you're noticing or you're realizing you're getting attention, or people are wanting to be near you or talk to you, and you're like, you know, like, I can use this as a chance to like help awaken people, right? Or I can use this as a chance, you know, people are getting like pulled into my aesthetic. I can use this as a chance to really help others connect. So I just feel a lot of you are thinking very deeply about your purpose, your path, and you're thinking about being with a partner who's going to be able to respect that, who's going to be able to be supportive of that, or be on the same page of that. Your next card here is King of Swords, and this is definitely beautiful Aquarius energy, but this is about putting a plan into action, right? So what did I say with that first card? A lot of you are thinking about your life, you're thinking about your relationships, and so I feel, Aquarius, a lot of you are taking your love life and your relationship by the horns, so to speak. Like you're taking the initiative to make the changes. The thing that I love about King of Swords, as King of Swords doesn't let his emotions get in the way of what needs to be done, but he's also really, really good about finding a win-win situation, right? Like he's not just going to come in and be like, suck it up, this is how it's going to be. He's a really, really good negotiator. So some of you are negotiating certain aspects of your relationship, or you're becoming very aware of what the problems are, and you're presenting them to your partner in a way where you guys are working towards solutions and fixing things. For other ones of you, I know King of Swords is you're beginning to take action to align yourself. Like especially those of you that you've been single, you're like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do with my life after this whole thing is over and we can go back to normal living again. You know, you're looking at all kinds of ways in which you're going to be aligning your life, and you feel in your gut that when you do this, you're going to find the right soulmate or the right person for you. You're realizing that maybe you've just kind of been in the wrong circles, or you've just been kind of stagnant, but you're putting together a plan mentally, right? So that when all this is over, and this is a phrase that keeps coming up in a lot of the readings lately, so that when all this is over, you're going to hit the ground running, like you're going to be ready to go to make changes happen. I feel, Aquarius, that a lot of you are feeling more and more in your heart like you want to have a relationship with a person that you have that mental connection with, you have that spiritual connection with, but I also feel like you're really wanting someone with whom like you're going to build something with in terms of finances, like in terms of business. Like you're wanting a business partner or somebody that you guys are going to have financial goals or plans together. I feel like a lot of you are wanting to do something with property, like getting property, buying property. And so you're kind of feeling like you're ready for like really, really solid commitment, like really, really kind of hunkering down. The whole hunkering and sheltering in place is making you think about hunkering down in your life in the future, like long term, and what you want that to be like, you know, the kind of comforts you want to have, the kind of company you want to have. So you're starting to formulate a plan on how to make this happen. And those of you that you're already in a relationship and you know you're going to stay with this person, you have the gift of words right now. You have the ability to communicate very peacefully, very calmly, and to find the win-win situation. The next card here is Eight of Coins. So this is carving out plans, carving out details, perfecting plans. Some of you are really burying yourself into a business. And I feel as you're doing this, you might be making a connection with someone, albeit it's probably going to be more, I'm going to use the word long distance. It might not necessarily be long distance in terms of geography, but it could just be that you're speaking with this person more via emails or phone calls and stuff. Because of the way things are right now, a lot of us are staying in. And I feel like there could be some kind of a flirtation that's beginning to develop there, or like a communication where, you know, you're meeting somebody as you're working on some plans or some business. Some of you may be doing something like online classes, and maybe there might be like little virtual study groups or something, and you may begin a relationship or talking to somebody virtually through one of those study groups. But I feel there's communication coming in as like you're working, like kind of like those of us that have had, like, you know, full-time jobs in an office or something, will joke about having a work husband or a work wife. Like you're developing, some of you, some kind of work husband or work wife relationship here. The next card is Six of Wands. And so this is victory. This is overcoming obstacles. What did I tell you, Aquarius? I said that I felt those of you where you were seeing what you wanted to be changed in your relationship. You were taking action. You were taking initiative, that you're really gifted with your words right now, and, you know, communicating and compromising and negotiating. So things are going to go well. You're going to overcome these obstacles. You're going to be able to you know, feel like you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. There's going to be this sense of happiness. I also feel, Aquarius, and this is so very random, but those of you that you have been in a relationship that's maybe been stagnant, and now that you're spending more time together and you've been able to really pinpoint what you feel it's missing, once you're able to negotiate or, you know, talk and communicate and come into this victory, I feel like some of you are getting your spark back. Okay, like you're getting the fire back. I feel like some of you, maybe you've had a very, very long dry spell with a partner, and that dry spell is being broken. Like you guys are going to be able to get it on. You know, so I feel that kind of energy. Those of you that are single, I feel like there is a love interest coming in. Now, if you are single and you're not living with somebody, I can't tell you what to do, guys. I can't tell you how to live your life, but I'm just of the mindset that until this whole thing blows over, maybe it's not a good time to, like, you know, have somebody over or go to their place or, you know, make out or fool around, because it's such a crazy time right now. And I don't believe that this thing is a conspiracy or anything like that. I think this is very real. I think it's actually happening. And so maybe just allow yourself to connect with this person in a mental, emotional, spiritual kind of way, and let it build, let it grow. And once things are maybe a little bit more stable or a little bit safer, then you can go and incorporate the physical aspect of the relationship. But I really do feel like a lot of you feel like you're accomplishing things in your life. It's bringing you confidence, and this confidence is also drawing in some kind of a love interest for you. The next card here is Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is moving away from drama, moving away from chaos. So a lot of you are going to be able to break out of that fear mindset Don't get me wrong, we still need to be cautious, but you can be cautious and not terrified. It is possible. And so I feel, Aquarius, a lot of you are coming into that energy of being cautious, but not being terrified, not being panicked. And I feel like you're establishing a lot of connections, like emotional connections, conversations with people that it feels very uplifting, upbuilding. I see you and I hear you laughing a lot. You're laughing a lot with somebody. Again, a lot of this could be via phone or FaceTime or just kind of online. But you're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying being in your element. You're enjoying being in your environment. You're having fun. I see like you guys are like even like playing board games and just things that are allowing you to connect on a very emotionally intimate level. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Aquarius, I'm not saying this in like a stereotypical way. I know sometimes when I say things like this, people get really offended, and I'm not saying it to offend you. But Aquarius, you guys are air signs, and air signs are very much in the realm of thought, like in the mental level. And those of you that watch my weekly videos, you know for a couple of months there was so many messages coming in about how spirit was bringing you more into the heart space, especially those of you who are healers, who are on a spiritual path. Spirit was bringing you more into the heart space, and so you were getting more connected with really deep emotions and feelings. And I feel overall, Aquarius, because you guys are so intelligent and a lot of you do have such a powerful spiritual connection, I feel that a lot of the Aquariuses that were born into this time, Spirit is bringing you into the heart chakra. Spirit's bringing you into like the element of water to combine with your beautiful air energy so that you're very balanced and you can like really be very potent healers and teachers. But I feel kind of like this whole social distancing thing is gonna help you guys ease into emotional intimacy. Those of you who have a hard time with emotional intimacy, it's gonna be kind of perfect for you because you have the space. You have like the physical distance, you have the space, but you're also having a chance to connect with somebody emotionally and intimately. So there's going to be a lot of growth for a lot of you in the heart chakra, really expanding the heart chakra and really helping you feel that soulmate kind of connection in your life. So very, very positive energy. I'd encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some mixers are going to resonate with you more than others. If you're not sure what your Venus sign is or you just want your chart analyzed, you guys know I'm not an astrology expert by any means, but an astrologer reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and blew my mind with like a chart reading that they did for me. And I was very impressed. And so I was like, you know what, I'm more than happy to tell my viewers. And they were really cool. And they said, you know what, I want to offer your viewers unlimited 30% off on all the different charts that I offer, and the prices are already very reasonable. The prices are already very low, and so you can get a relationship compatibility reading. Like if you're in a relationship and you want your astrology compared to your partner's astrology or your love interest astrology, or there's a few people you're having a hard time choosing between them and you want to know the astrology compatibility, you can use the discount code as many times as you want on as many charts as you want. You can get a forecast for yourself for the year. You can get your own chart analyzed. And so all that information is in the description. The discount code is Angel30 and you can use it as many times as you want. I'm also doing a giveaway, guys. If you guys liked this deck, as always, I have the deck info in the description as well. But I have my older deck here. I still have the box that it came in. I have the booklet, and I have all the cards. None of the cards are missing, but I've used it a lot. So as you can see, the edges are kind of beat up. It's still fine. The cards are fine. Just the edges are kind of beat up. And so like when I do them in the videos or when I do the card of the day on Instagram and Facebook, I just think maybe people don't like to see the beat up edges. That's why I got a new deck. But if you want this deck, if you go to my Instagram and Facebook, I'm going to use this card for April 30th, for April 3rd. And I'll wait till the end of the month to pick the winner. But comment, let me know if you want this deck on the April 3rd post. And at the end of the month, I will pick a winner and I will I'll mail the deck out to you. So Instagram and Facebook, amethystangellight. Go ahead and do that. Go on there, and every single day I post a card of the day, and I'm hoping to do more giveaways in the future, but I do want to give away this deck. And every single day I post cards on there, so check that out as well. Channeled angel messages will be up in a couple of days. The weekly forecasts will be up very soon, so make sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell if you haven't already, and that way you won't miss any of the videos. Thanks for watching, my dears. Take care.